more and more competitors in the market to those traditional banks, and this is really a global phenomenon as well, as we are seeing in the market. I think from our experience, what those traditional banks typically are short of is to be very, very selective in terms of who they partner with, to help them to better equipped in terms of new capabilities which are truly strategic to help them with new user acquisitions. And this is where the likes of Thunes can really come into play to help them. I think there's also certain mentality within the traditional banking segment where there's a belief that adding new capabilities, it's a timely exercise. It's extremely resource cumbersome as well, which is really not true when you work with the right partners, which again, Thunes has many examples and use cases in the markets globally, working with traditional banks, helping them to add new capabilities over a space of a few months. And you can see tangible results in terms of acquiring new users with significant uplift, up to 20% odd, within a very short space of time. And this new user base is what allows those traditional banks to then upsell, cross-sell new products, which are much more core to their business in terms of lending and so on, as an example, to help them to really grow over time. So my personal opinion is that the user experience, the user interface that has been developed by the traditional banks, especially in the Western markets, are pretty decent. So in terms of the slickness of the interface, the user journey the individual have to go through to set up an account, the likes with Chase, the likes with HSBC's banking app, it's all super user-friendly, right? But what's missing is still the capabilities layer. So for example, within those incumbent banks' digital bank solutions, the product solution is still very much centered around traditional day-to-day banking. But when you look to the likes of Revolut, for example, it's a whole suite of new product solutions, trading cryptos, trading stocks, all very accessible within a single user face. The likes of Wise, which historically is a core cross-border remittance solution for users, but has an investment product as well, which is again all within the reach of a single screen as well. So I think that the incumbents, what's lacking is not necessarily the lack of a smooth user journey or smooth user experience, but it's more about to be able to offer a holistic value proposition within a defined screen, which I think that still probably is missing a little bit. And that's, again, coming back to partner with the right partners who can offer those solutions in a white label form, so the heavy lift is limited to those banks, and they can really overlay this with their existing design interface, and every backend solution is already there to support the exposure of those capabilities to the end users as well. I think the biggest opportunity is still in cross-border payments, really. Of course, I may be biased, but we really see cross-border payments as a really, really key capability for those banks to acquire new users and retain existing users as well. And again, back to what we discussed earlier, I think these new user acquisitions allow them to upsell existing products, which is allow them to fully monetize. So the opportunity is not immediately just within the revenue pool of cross-border payments, but it goes far, far beyond that. But even pulling back immediately into cross-border payments, the revenue pool is still extremely large. Most consumers in the world are still relatively underserved because it's not core businesses to most of the banks globally as well. And that's why there's room for innovation for the likes of biggest remittance provider brands or digital remittance brands in the world as well. So that opportunity still remains to be captured. The margins are still relatively attractive in selected markets, but of course, you've got to know which is the right markets, right? So then this is why I think partners like Thunes can really support and give that market insights to the banks to better tap into and capitalize on those markets.